Sometimes you have to enter the pain cave to prove to yourself what your body can do. Most people stop. Hey, Push the Run Nation, Dr. Dave here. It is Saturday, January 7th, 2023. First race of the year for me, and I'm doing it big time. This is the longest race, 25K trail run today. Harbison State Forest 25K, Columbia, South Carolina. Longest race I've done since I've had my last stroke in 2017. Done a ton of 5Ks, but today we're getting back to what's real, out in the trails, getting back to the ultras. Going to be trying out some new equipment today for the first time. I have the Drankful endurance pack, carrying 1.5 liters of fluids and horizontal bladder around my lower back. Going to be trying out UCAN Edge gels. Already had UCAN endurance bar hour before race start, about 8 o'clock. I have the Reebok Adventure TR4 trail shoes on. TR5s will be coming out later this year. And I'm wearing the Mud Gear trail sock. I wore these socks a couple weeks ago up in Massachusetts on a sub-zero 10-mile run. Absolutely loved them. They are the most comfortable socks I have ever worn. They are #1 in my sock battle series I'm doing right now in search of the best running sock out there. So those are the new gear items I'm going to be using. Got a Reebok Tech shirt on. It is 34 degrees out right now. Supposed to eventually get up to about 50 degrees today, but pretty chilly. Plus we'll be in the forest with all the trees down near the water, so it'll end up being a little chillier down there. Gonna head down to the race start. Gonna be starting up in a little bit, and we'll bring more out in the trails.
I've had a lot of help from Matt Hammersmith in the past. This is my first year going it myself. I appreciate y'all being out here very much. I also want to thank my volunteers from out here. We've got Vincent and Jade over here from Spring Valley. Kevin over there on the computer. This is a one-loop course. You're going to follow the yellow signs with black arrows. There's one section on stewardship that does not have an arrow. It looks like the trail goes either left or right. It doesn't matter which way you go. If you go to the right, you're going to add like 100 meters on. The trail comes right back to meet up with the other one. It does not matter.
So remember left.
But I would say, you know, if no one run extra 100 meters, stay left.
I'm going to the right. Who's with me?
This is ultra running. More distance is better.
Hey, we paid for it.
But the course is very well marked. We got people with ham radios out on the course, so if you need help, just find one of them, and they'll radio back here, and we'll get you out. We've also got Brad Phillips from the forest out here with us. Thank you, Brad. I'm going to do a countdown of 3, 2, 1. You're going to hear the siren, and then you will take off. Are you ready?
All right, let's have fun.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Ah, here we go! Woo! Push the road! All right, Harbison 25K in 2023, here we go! Easy peasy. Pace it out, pace it out. 2.5 hours. That's my goal. Nothing crazy. More later from the trails. All right, 1 mile in. Just did a first little hill. Just taking it slow and steady. Not looking for any crazy pacing or time goals. Name of the game is finish. More later. All right, 2.3 miles. Going strong in the rolling hills of Harbison State Forest. Unless we're going down a noticeable downhill, seems like we're on a constant slight uphill. But hey, it is what it is. Energy's good. Shoes feel great. Stomach feels good. Arm and leg where I had my surgeries feel good. So, no problem. Getting ready to do my first gel in a couple minutes. More later. All right. At 3.5 miles. Had my first UCAN edge gel at 3 miles. Unfortunately, it was the pineapple. Had the same effect on my throat as the orange did previous to a race last week. Pretty tart. So I have 2 strawberry banana edge gels. I'll be using those, one at mile 6 and mile 9. That should do me for the race. But energy's feeling good. Just pacing it out, saving myself for second half because we have the hills on the second half of the race. So, shoes are feeling good. In a little bit, we'll be going down on the Spider Woman trails, which gets us into the hills. So, more later. All right. Bet you missed me at mile 4. I forgot to pull the camera out. Coming up on 5 1/4. Feeling good. Feeling a little tightness in my kind of upper thigh waist area, but I've had that for about the past year. So I just pace things out, and that is manageable. Hitting a little hill here. Energy's feeling good. Another little bit, mile or so. Taking another gel. That last 2 miles went by pretty quick. Starting to warm up. Shoes are feeling good. Give you a little peek. The Mud Gear socks, nice and soft. The perfect sock for me. So, see you a little bit later. All right. We've got right on 6 miles. Gonna be shooting a gel in another half mile, but just hit the Spider Woman trail. So, probably for a couple miles, not going to be recording at all because these trails are pretty upsies and downsies with a lot of turns. So, being half blind, literally, got to watch my footing so I don't take nosedives. But 6 miles, energy's feeling real good. Keeping between 11 12-minute pace. Feet feel good. Legs feel good. Starting to get a little warm. But overall feeling good. I have to take my knit cap off and put my buff on my head instead to cool down my head a little bit, but still keep that covered. Had some 3 small tumors burnt off my left forehead this past week, so those are open wounds. I gotta keep those covered. So we'll come back in a couple miles and report it. Feeling good. All right. Just over 8 miles. Just went through a series of uphills on the flats right now. Actually, a little gradual downhill. Took my second gel at 7 miles. Feeling good. Those hills took a little out of me, but hey, hands to the knees and push away, walk it up, walk it up the hills and keep going. So, 8 miles, keeping going. Feet feel good, energy's good. Here we go. We're at 8.5 miles. Just wanted to see we're down in the Congaree River, or Broad River. Getting ready to hit some hills. Energy's good. Gonna take it slow going up. More later. Alright, just showing a little bit of the Broad River. Looking pretty high and brown. That's from all the water or rain we had the beginning of the week coming from upstate down to the Midlands. Pretty mucky. Alright, just went over 11 miles, walking the hills, off and on cramp and my looking good. Keep it going.
You guys want to go down the bluff first? You guys want to go down that way first?
Oh, oh, that would be nice to have a sign. All right, looking good.
Thanks.
All right, so just went over 11 miles, 11.13. Energy levels starting to tank. Bad thing about having one lung, after 9 miles you can't suck fluids out of a bladder anymore. So now I'm on pure willpower because I can't get any more fluids out. But hey, is what it is. It's all about thrivalization, not surviving, thriving. So positive direction, positive outcome. Here we go. All right. Just walking one of the last little gradual uphills. I'm at 12.5 miles, 2.5 to go. Obviously my math was way off because initially I thought I was only doing 13 for a half, because that's what they call this dirty half. Little did I think that it was a half of the 50K, which is 30 miles, which means half is 15. So we got 2.5 to go. A lot of flats, but the legs are feeling it. But we're gonna keep pushing. We'll finish. Might be a little longer than I thought, but no problem. It's all about finishing. All right, just had my third gel at 12 miles. So a little bit that will kick in. Energy's pretty good. Still having problems sucking on the hydration tube. Not going to use bladders anymore. At least this reminded me of that. I'd rather learn it now than on a 50K and it being an out and back. So, more later at the finish. All right. 15.5 miles. Got about half to 3/4 of a mile left. A little bit longer than the 15, but we're almost there. The last 2-3 miles were, whew, that was grin and bear, I'll tell you, digging in. But almost to the finish. We're pushing and walking a little bit. My right thigh keeps cramping up, so I'm trying to run, walk before that beats me up. Alright, coming up on my turn to head to the finish. About a quarter mile down. We got it. Alright. Eagle Trail. Come through. Thank you. Hey, puppy. Alright. Same finish as the Koala Bottle 5K, where I took first place back in July. Whew, that was a sauna race, I'll tell you. This one, a little over 16 miles, longest I've gone since May of 2016. July 4th, 2016, had my first stroke. This is the farthest I've run since then. I think any training run I've done wasn't any longer than 11. But she's telling me my body can do it, but I gotta train up a lot more so I can do this without as much hardship and pain. But sometimes you have to enter the pain cave to prove to yourself what your body can do. Most people stop at 50% or 3/4 when they're thinking their body's about to give up, when they actually have about 25% more effort. Here we go. Got 100 yards to go. Gonna be pushing it. Here we go, Fluff. Midgie, pull a papa. We're gonna do it, girls. I love you. Come on. Here we go. Come on, Dave. You got it. You got it, buddy. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Do it. Here we go.
Good job. Finish strong.
We got it, girls. We're doing it. Thank you, girls. We got bumping through. Thank you, girls. We did it. We did it, girls. We did it. You got bumping through, not dying. You got me through cancer. You got me through stroke. Papa's never gonna give up. Never gonna give up. I'm gonna just keep pushing and pushing. Nothing's gonna get me down. Anything negative in my life, I'm kicking out. Life is not worth it to put up with someone who drags you down or anything that drags you down. Only the positivity around you that's going to help you thrive. People just got to know they can do it. Doesn't matter what tough thing in life they come up against. They just got to push. They just got to want it. And they can get it. Push life. Push the run. Love you, girls. Thank you.